Hi, welcome everybody to episode 2 of Don't Just Talk lah. And today in our episode we have a very special guest. He's one of my university friends. He's a father of 2, a husband of 1. That's his joke. And today we want to welcome Sean Jose.
Thank you, Justin. Hi everyone.
And today in our topic of our podcast would be living out your passion amidst your circumstances. So Jose, can you share with us what do you do for a living?
Thanks for the introduction, Justin, first of all. Now, what I do is I hold a full-time job as a senior analyst at a global energy company. That's what I do. Which pays my bill now, basically. Yeah.
I also am very aware about, you do also something else on the side, what you're passionate about.
Yep.
Right? Because in the midst of all of that, you also do live out your passion. So can you share with us what is this that you're passionate about?
Well, I am passionate about events.
Right.
Now, as much as I am also working in the corporate world, I've been very passionate about events. Now, this started way back probably when I was 14, 15 years old. Not a child labor, but I started as a part-timer.
Right.
It all started when I was 14, 15, like I said. I used to join my cousins as a part-time crews. I used to roll wires, cables and all that stuff. And well, it's basically the curiosity for me to learn They always say curiosity killed the cat, but in my perspective, it kind of made me found my passion, right? And well, from there I learned. I watched what they do. So from event crew, I became a playback guy who plays background music and so on. And then I also became a DJ after that. And I eventually found my favorite, my passion, where I should be belonging to, which was an MC.
Right, yes.
In the States, so yeah.
I think we are very aware about it. You think you did MC for my wedding,
Yes.
alright? I think that was something that is part of my grade.
Yeah. How about you send you the bill anyway?
Yeah. Later, we'll contract this. Yeah. But anyways, I think that was something that was great. I seen you during that season of your life. But also I knew that you did MCing in university.
Yes, that's true. I mean, I even MC'd for our Women's International Day, the night that we had. So MCing I've been doing MCing through my college days, my uni days, and that's somewhere starting from 18, 19 years old onwards. And I had a brief break. I wouldn't say brief, but it was pretty long because I had to go and pursue my studies.
Yeah.
Right?
In Singapore, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah. So I went to Singapore for about 2.5, 3 years. So just to finish up my degree. Well, of course, being an Asian family, they always want you to secure a job. They need you to be secured, a job security that you need in the corporate world. And I mean, my mom was cool about events and all, so she didn't mind that I was doing events on part-time and all, but she never really believed it should be your full-time job.
Right.
But I mean, honestly speaking, I enjoy doing both, being in the corporate world as a full-time employee and also still enjoying what I do best is MC.
Right. I think I remember you did share with me that you had an idea that you wanted to look at, doing it full time. But I think now with the situation now, it's COVID.
It's
true.
That
was a blessing. For
it's true what you said. I think in like 2019. So I really made up my mind that I should do this full time. I should leave my job and all. And for some reason, things wasn't just falling in place. I had this whole slight fallback. So what I thought was I'd probably give it a go. Thanks to my wife. Thank you, wife. So she told me, why not try for this job, which I am in now. So, I always believed in, when you really want something, when you want to achieve something and you really put your heart and mind into it, everything will just fall in place. Right. So that's how it is for me now in my corporate job. My work starts at 3 p.m. because I follow the UK shift. So 3 p.m. to 12 p.m. And it's going well actually. I get to focus on the corporate and as an MC at the same time, and I'm blessed.
Right. So I think one thing I wanted to know, I wanted to ask you also was this. How do you balance that all out? I think you talked about you are married, right?
Yep.
Right. Keyword married. father of two.
That's
you know,
right.
Also now you're still living out your passion and emceeing. So how do you balance all of this?
It's nice to hear married, children and all, but one thing you have to remember is sacrifices has to be made. So there's a lot of sacrifices, there's a lot of give and take, especially when you have a family, to run, and of course my corporate job pays the bill, and pretty much my MC is on the side. It helps us it's a supplement to our expenses. Like I said, I start at 3 p.m. this job, 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. Monday to Friday. So I have all the time in the morning to actually spend time with my family. So I get time to actually send my daughter to school. I fetch her from school. I still get up to 3 p.m. for the day every day. And because I start my day early, so because of school and all, so I have more than 6 hours there. And of course, not forgetting for the past 1 year, I have been working from home. Due to this unfortunate situation that we are in right now with the pandemic. So I've been working from home. So that gives me extra time with my family.
Yeah.
And apart from that, also another thing is because of my job. My passion is events, MC, and that only happens usually on the weekends. So I get weekdays and my corporate job on weekdays and MC on the weekends. And usually weekends, when I say, it's usually only on Saturdays. And some events, some road shows sometimes will happen Saturday and Sunday, but that doesn't really stop me because, like I said earlier, it's a give and take. It's a compromise and sacrifice we have to do.
Yeah.
So my wife and I, we meet in the middle ground, and she lets me do what I love. She's happy for what I do, and thanks to her again.
Well, I think you have a great support system. I think that's really amazing. But I think you're truly, like you said, blessed. Use the word blessed. That
Yes.
I think you can have like a very good system where your mornings you are with your family. Your working is from like I think afternoon 3 to 12 or something, right? You are UK timing, and also then your work, your passion comes on the weekend. So it doesn't fall over. It doesn't spill over. That's amazing. I think your scheduling. I think it's the next level. Everything just fit in together, right?
That, like I said, for some reason, because I really believe, I want to believe that everything can happen. So it's again, for me, the keyword and highlight is blessed. Everything just fell in place. Everything's just perfectly laid out for that. Now that's me. Though I think the whole topic for today is we are also discussing for those out there who's finding it difficult. Questions they've been battling with themselves, thinking that fine, I get a perfect time. I can do this on weekday, and then I get my MCing on my weekend and all. But there are still out there people who think that for them to pursue their passion, they have to leave everything. They have to get away from their full-time job and focus fully on passion. And there are people who are not willing to do that, mainly because due to the financial situation. So, what's your take? What would you say to those people who have that?
Right, I think you asked a very interesting question. I think that's something good. For me, honestly, I would agree with that. Is that your passion is what makes you come alive. All right, and definitely pursuing your passion gives you also a reason to move forward, to have something to go to. But at the same time, especially when we are in this pandemic, I agree that financials is important. We do not live on fresh air and sunshine, but we also live on being alive and well. So I think what I would definitely say to people who are in this situation where they also are asking, how do I live my passion? Do I leave my job? How do I do that? Is that like what you said? The word earlier you used, sacrifice. Is that they have to find time to actually invest into their passion. For those who are not sure what they're passionate about, then we have free time. Look at what you're passionate, what you're interested in. But if you already know what you're passionate about, focus on that at the side first.
Yeah.
Until that passion is able to financially support you, then look at going into that passion, developing that passion as you go. It may not be overnight, but holding on to a job during this pandemic, being able to survive, it's important to have that, and then the passion like you supplement it.
Yep.
And when this passion financially supports you and your lifestyle, then go full time into that passion.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and I think that's the balance that a lot of people need to know.
It's
You know, that you need to actually have that passion of balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just to add on to what you said, it's
Yeah.
a very good point though. What I made sure that I did was, one of the reasons why I'm still doing this is, being in the corporate and also on the weekends on a part-time. I always tell myself that for me to start, focusing in my passion, because oftentimes passion allows, it's either you need full investment, full time and things like that. So what I told myself was that for me to start on my passion, I need to have at least 6 months to 1 year worth of savings that can, imagine me being a family of 4. I need to make sure I need to cover all that for at least 1 year in order for me to leave. So that was one main thing that impacted. But then again, like I said, there's a good thing that I can actually now perfectly balance both full-time and my passion on a part-time. So I don't have that issue.
Right.
So mostly people out there, they have either they don't have enough savings and then they want to focus on their passion, or some they just do not want to just leave the full-time job,
Right.
because again, going back thinking about finances and all.
Yeah.
So I think finding the perfect balance
Yeah.
for financial stability is
I think it's important. Like, no point living out your passion if you are starving.
That's true. That's true.
I'm sure a lot of people that we talk to, that listen to this podcast, are also maybe supporting their families, supporting their parents.
That's true.
And let's be honest, we need to make sure that it's also an important goal. Of course, finances is not only thing, and we just work until we are dead, and just earn the finances and not care about passion. But I think the key is to balance out both, to have the time for the passion, but also have the security to live out your life to the best capacity. And I think that's what you do. It encompasses that the job for you is a place of financial stability, while your passion is where you come alive.
Yes.
All right, I think that's why you're doing great, bro. And I think that's why I wanted to bring you on this podcast over there to share what you're doing. Amazing job.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. So again, that's the end of our podcast today, and I think we had a very good time together. I think thank you for sharing so much. And before we end, I think I want to invite all of you also, to check out also our social media. We have also we have social media on Instagram, we are on Facebook, and especially on Instagram, we actually post out 3 things every week. We talk about Motivation Mondays, where we put a quote or just to motivate ourselves throughout the whole week. That Monday blues to overcome the Monday blues.
Take away the Monday blues.
Yeah. On Thursdays, we actually post up questions for us to reflect on how we actually want to move forward. I think something like thoughtful Thursdays. But on Saturdays also we do also a post on where we invite you to take a step forward. Always so the reflection is always something to think about, and then Saturday let's move forward. Don't let's think about it and don't just talk about it. Let's move forward. Yeah. So and besides that also, I hope each one of you here can also be part of our podcast. If you want to share certain things on our comment section, please do comment. Like our videos, share our videos. Like what I was saying, if this is really amazing, something we talk about, actually something that you feel that is beneficial for yourself or other people, do share that videos to people so that people also can be blessed to benefit from what we talk about in our podcast. But also, if you have topics, write it down there, and I would definitely invite people who are in that journey of life, also in a journey of moving forward, a journey of growing, to actually also come on this podcast, and just talk about like how we're doing today. Right? And then last but not least, guys, I would like to invite you to look at and check out Sean Jose MC. This is an MC YouTube,
my YouTube
channel, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So we'll have the YouTube link below in our descriptions, okay?
Yes.
And so and then do check it out. Like the page too, and see what he's doing, what he does for a living, and see how that also encourages you to live out your passion.
That's true.
Alright, yeah. So as we end this whole time, thank you again for coming on our podcast, and thank you each one of you to watching this whole video, and also be blessed. So thank you guys. See you.
Thank you, Justin. Thanks for having me.
See you.